Alrighty, welcome to Mastering the Project Organization. So this one is, again, a nice little quick, easy one that we're just going to speed run through. Once you've done it, it's done. So easy as pie. Here is what we are going to cover. Number 1 is saving and autosave features. Set a clear save location and consistent naming conventions for your projects. Enable autosave to create backups and protect your progress. Then we're going to jump into file management basics. So set up a clear folder structure and rename files to keep your projects and assets organized. Avoid messy naming conventions that can slow down your workflow. So these are pretty boring things, but you do them once and that's about it. So you might as well just do them, get it over and done with. I swear, I wish I'd done this earlier because I had to delete like heaps and heaps of edits just because they weren't organized and I was too slack to go through each and every one of them. So just do it now and save yourself the hassle. Alright, so warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. So watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. If you really want to save time, just like I do, pro tip, watch the video in XX speed. Alright, so saving and auto-saving features. So save files regularly. Save your projects frequently to avoid losing progress. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. If we're in here, if we come up to the top left here, under File, it'll say Save or Save As. So you save as first to make a name for it, but if you just want to save any changes you've made, just click Save. Now, it's a pain in the ass to remember to do that every 5 minutes, so I'm going to show you something that's really cool in a second. So enable autosave. Turn on autosave to automatically back up your projects at intervals. This is the cool thing. So we go into Edit, Preferences, up to Autosave, and then we turn on that setting and we adjust it for every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, After Effects will save the latest version of your edit. So click Save every 5 minutes, save when sharing, starting render queue, maximum project versions, turn that up to $9.99. When I first turned this on, I was like, I don't need $9.99, I'll be right. Every 5 minutes it saved a version. I had the maximum at like 10, so after an hour or so, it stopped saving. And I edited for like 2 hours and it crashed, and I lost all the 2 hours. So even though this thing was meant to save me, I didn't set it properly. And every 5 minutes is good, because I used to do every 10 minutes, and sometimes it would crash, and 5 minutes of editing process is just so much. You can do so much in 5 minutes. So set it to 5 minutes. Now, if you want to save to a specific location, you can. I suggest you do this. Make a file for autosaves. Make it save there. So, for example, choose the folder on the custom location. I know exactly where mine goes. Goes into editing, After Effects, AE saves, mains, and then autosave. So that's where it's going to save. Alright, so now you don't have to worry about that. Every 5 minutes, a little thing will flash up and go, auto-saving, and then you go, fuck yeah, I don't have to lose all my shit like Kalen did, because he's an idiot. You won't be an idiot. Alright, backup location. Set backup locations on an external drive for added security. Alright, after you're done with your edit, I did have one here, here it is. If you want to buy a USB or a hard drive, go for it. And just after you're done with your edit, drag the final copy onto USB, if you want to. Up to you. Otherwise, just upload it to drive. Alright, version control. Save different versions of your project to keep track changes. That's what the autosave will do. Every 5 minutes, it'll save a new version, and you'll have it. So if you do 100 saves, if autosave does 100 saves, there's 100 different versions of your edit. So every 5 minutes, it doesn't save and replace, it saves a new one. So you'll have 100 edits, basically, all from 5 minutes. Alright, file naming. Use clear naming conventions like project name and date for easy retrieval. Now, I gotta admit, I'm a bit slack with that one, but please do it. It's just a good way to keep everything in check. So, for example, in After Effects, in my AE saves, in my mains, these are a lot of the old files and stuff like that. Some of my new files are all the way down the bottom because of the way I have it sorted. But basically, what you want to do is you add the date, so the 1st to the 2nd, 2024, like this one is, for example, and then just the name. Just give it a name. Any name will work. Just as long as you'll know what it is. And every couple months or so you can come through and purge all the old ones, because you've gotten so good at editing that you don't need them anymore. So fuck them, delete them. Anyway, file management basics. So create folders. Set up folders for raw footage, audio, graphics, and project files. Cool. So this is what I do. When I start a new project, what I do is I come into my desktop here, I click new desktop, I click new folder, and I name it something. So for example, I've got this Awake file right here, because that's the ad I'm working on at the moment. So I named it Awake because that's the song it is, and you come into here, and you've got everything in here. Now, I left it like this for you guys to see, but what you should do is make the file, and then you should come in here and change everything. So you could give everything a file and drag it in there. So the save Sorry, transitions. Yeah, the song, videos. You know, and then if I want some PNGs in the edit, you know, I'll make a file for some PNGs. And when I download them, I'll take them into this file, into here, and I'll drag them into the PNGs. And it's just way easier to keep track of everything. Trust me, do it. It's easy. All right, use clear names. Rename files descriptively for easy identification. Scene 1, take 2, .mp4. That's an example. Usually I just go song, video 1, video 2, you know, PNG 1, PNG 2. You can go more descriptive if you need to, but I find that basic names like 1, 2, and 3 work fine for me. All right, backup file. Save a copy of your projects and assets on an external drive. This thing again, if you really want to, by USB. It's easy. Delete unused files. Remove unnecessary files to keep your workspace clean. There is 2 ways to do this. If you go to here and you go disk cleanup, you can open up this. It'll scan all your files, and then you can delete all the crap that's not being used. I actually did this yesterday, but as you can see, my temporary files have already got back up to 4 gigs again. So just click clean up system files. I'm not going to do it because it takes like a minute or so, and just clean everything up. Other than that, you know, every month, since you have been doing this stuff, everything should be in order. Just purge like 3 months before you, and on the first of the next month, purge the last 3 months. You don't even have to do it every 3 months. Do it every year. Even. I mean, I've got files on here from a year back still. I'm due for a purge, but you don't have to do it that often. It really depends on how high end your laptop is and how clean you want to keep your files. So up to you. All right, now maintain consistency. Use the same name and folder structure across all projects. If you've come up with a name structure, just stick to it. You know, if you've come up with, I'm going to put the music and then the video, or the video then the music, or I'm going to put this name number 1, number 2. Don't put like video 1, 2, and 3, and then the next day go, oh shit, really? I feel like using video 1 A, B, C. I feel like using video X, Y, Z. I feel like using video black, white, blue to, you know, figure out what's what. Don't do that. Just stick to 1, 2, 3. If you choose 1, 2, 3, stick to 1, 2, 3. Don't change it around because you're gonna confuse the shit out of yourself. Right. Next is the summary, because we're so good. Look at that, 8 minutes. You and me are goats, so this is why it is so easy. So the saving and autosave features: save frequently, enable autosave, use backups, and create clear naming conventions to ensure your work is always protected and easy to retrieve. And then you want to file management basics. So keep your projects organized by setting up clear folder structures, renaming files consistently, and regularly backing up your work. Avoid clutter and messy file naming to streamline your workflow. Nice and easy one. So just do those. They're boring at first, but I promise you, you're going to fucking love it. If you don't do it, you're going to hate yourself for not doing it. So, you know, if any of that was confusing, because I really suck at presentations, because, you know, I'm just not that great. I'm not as cool as you guys. Then just check the link below for a quick cheat sheet about everything I covered. It takes you through it step by step. So it's nice and easy. I just made that for you guys because, you know, you never know how confusing I am. You might not understand me because I got a weird ass accent, but I guess we'll see. All right, I'll see you in the next one.